Every woman over the age of 60 should absolutely do these 4 exercises that I'm going to show now. The set of exercises you're about to see will primarily help strengthen your glute muscles, the back of your thigh, and the front of your thigh. This will have a very positive impact on your health. Your hip joints will work better, and you'll feel better. Even at 60 or 70 years old, when you look in the mirror, you'll see your legs starting to get more toned. A lot depends on what you do. If you do these exercises regularly, you will look simply amazing. The most important thing you need to understand is that these exercises must be done regularly. What does that mean? It means that if you decide to do this set of exercises twice a week or 3 times a week, keep at it that way. And after a few months, you won't recognize your reflection in the mirror. All the exercises here are simple. Many elderly people, especially women, write, "I'm overweight, I can't do squats, I can't do the heavy exercises you show." Today, I'm going to show absolutely simple and accessible exercises that don't require squats or heavy movements. The first exercise will focus on the hip joint. Basically, it's a warm-up exercise. Let's warm up the hip joint area. This is good prevention for hip osteoarthritis, also known as coxarthrosis. The exercise is as follows. Look, you stand up, move your leg like this, and then like that. You move it this way, and then the other way. Notice we don't lift the leg too high. We just make this movement. All exercises are done in a comfortable way. So if any movement causes discomfort, we don't do it with discomfort or pain. We do it within the range that works for us. After doing 20 of these movements, we do a higher knee lift. Raise your leg like this and return to the starting position. Raise it again and return. The goal is to do at least 20 repetitions. And of course, we do this with each leg, first with the smaller range, 20 times, and then like this. That's the first movement. And we can also use this type of exercise. Look, you lift your leg here and here. Why am I standing next to the kitchen counter? Because it's very easy to support yourself here. For example, for an elderly woman, it's great for not losing balance. It can be a chair, anything, a cabinet, but the counter is very convenient, you see? You hold on and do this movement. Lift here, here, here. See, the hand is here and the leg is here. Same thing, 20 times. First with one leg, then with the other. These movements are very important for the health of the hip joint because for older women, this is a problem area. Then we move on to the muscles, the glute muscles. Many people think that training glutes is only possible with heavy exercises, barbells, dumbbells, squats. But that's not necessary. To do that, you just need to start with the simplest movements. I will first show without the resistance band, and then with the resistance band. So, the first group of exercises for the glute muscles. You stand like this, place your hand here, and lift your leg to the side. See, what's the main mistake? When you lift too quickly, that's not effective for your muscles. You shouldn't rush. Lift lower. When you exhale, you lift. When you inhale, you lower. Inhale, exhale. In other words, don't rush. Don't make that mistake. Second mistake, when lifting the leg, you lean your torso to the side. That also shouldn't be done. If at this range of motion you don't feel pain, you can lift the leg a bit higher. But if you notice that, for example, using that range causes hip joint pain or some discomfort in the lower back, don't push through the pain. That means you should only do the exercise within a pain-free range of motion. Your goal is to do 15 to 20 repetitions for each leg. And just like before, here I'm supported on the fridge, and we do it with this leg as well. We don't lean the torso, we keep the body as straight as possible. And notice, the tip of your foot, your whole foot, should not rotate outward. The lift should be exactly to the side. Do 20 repetitions, 15 to 20, rest for 1 minute, and do a total of 3 sets. If after 1 month of training, a month or more, you feel that this exercise is getting easy, get a resistance band. You can buy it at any sporting goods store. It's inexpensive. Here's what we do. We secure the band down here at the bottom. We spread our legs about shoulder width apart. That means you already feel the tension in the band, right? Hold on to the counter, stabilize yourself, and do this movement. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And at the end of a range, hold for at least half a second, and you'll feel how the glute muscles start working. They even start to burn. It's very important to do the exercise until that kind of fatigue sets in. Your goal is to choose a resistance band strong enough so that you can do about 15 to 20 repetitions. First with one leg, and then with the other, with no rush. Do 2 or 3 sets, and then you'll feel how much that area improves. That's the first exercise. The second exercise targets the gluteus maximus. First, I'll show it without the resistance band because if you've decided to train right now but don't have a band, you still need to train. What do? Look, we stand up as I'm showing, stabilize the body by holding onto a surface, like the counter. It can also be a chair. And we do this movement. Look, we move the leg backward and return to the starting position. Move it back and return to the starting position. Here, the glute muscle activates. If you want to really feel it working, absolutely do not swing or kick quickly. In other words, the first mistake is those abrupt kicks. That brings absolutely no benefit. If you keep your body firm in this position, the glute muscle works properly. Inhale, exhale. That is very important. And the second mistake, look, people go into too much range with a very strong kick. That shouldn't be done either. Why? Because it puts a lot of strain on your lower back. Your glute muscle works within this range of motion. Also, you gain nothing useful for your lower back, you only harm your spine. So don't do it that way. Here is the correct movement, see? That's the full range. Either you stay as upright as possible or you can lean forward about 10 degrees, but no more than that. So, do 15 to 20 repetitions with one leg, and then with the other. And the same applies here. Don't rotate the leg, the heel should be pointing straight back. Then we do 3 sets. Between sets, rest for 1 or 2 minutes. If you feel like 2 minutes isn't enough, if you feel low on stamina, rest for another minute. You can get a glass of water, drink some water. In other words, don't rush. Do everything in a way that is absolutely comfortable for you, as they say. And look, this is the simplest option. The second option is with the resistance band. We attach the band again around the legs. Naturally, we stand in a different position. The band goes around the lower part. And we do this movement. Look, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. That is, we don't do it abruptly. On the exhale, hold the body in that position for at least 1 second to really feel the glute muscles working. Then we switch to the other leg, rest, and do 2 to 3 sets. Look, it's also very good to use the resistance band to do an exercise for the back of the thigh. If you don't have a band, there's this exercise. You stand upright and lift your leg. Here, the back of the thigh is activated. It's also very important to train it. But this exercise, even without the band, is so light that 20 reps are done easily. You can do 20, 30, or even 40 reps, holding the top of the movement during the exhale. But if you have a resistance band, this exercise becomes truly excellent. It provides a very good load to the back of the thigh, especially the biceps femoris muscle. And at the same time, your knees don't get involved in the movement. So, the benefit of these exercises is that they can be done by elderly people, even those who have knee pain. You need to understand that knee pain prevents many people from doing squats or difficult exercises, but even so, it's still necessary to train. Why? Because during the exercises the joints move, synovial fluid is released, lubricating the joint, improving its nourishment, and that's extremely helpful. Without movement, you won't be able to function. Therefore, it's necessary to train in some way, but train without pain, in a comfortable way. So, how do we do this exercise? Look, we attach the resistance band around the heel and do this movement. At the top point, we must exhale. A wonderful movement. The biceps femoris activates. Simply amazing sensations. So your task is to do 15 to 20 reps with each leg, 2 or 3 sets. And that is very important. After that, we need to understand that we've already worked the glute muscles and the back of the thigh. That is very important. Now we also need to work the front of the thigh. And yes, it's possible to work that area without doing squats. How is this exercise done? Very simple. Hold on to the counter and lift your leg forward like this. Don't swing your leg like that, and don't use your torso to help. Lift on the exhale and return to the starting position. Also, pay attention to the position of your foot. The foot shouldn't be extended forward but pulled back toward you. That way, you activate the front of the thigh as much as possible. In this exercise, your knees aren't involved. That's why it can even be done by people with knee pain. It's an excellent movement. It strengthens the front of the thigh very well. Your task is to do 10 to 15 or at most 20 repetitions with your foot in that position. Then you can rest for 1 or 2 minutes and do the leg lift again, but with the foot in a different position. Why? Because that movement activates the inner thigh. That's also very important, especially for older women who complain about flabbiness in the inner thighs. And this exercise is great for strengthening that area. Then rest a bit. You can also do the leg lift with your foot turned in the other direction. So the first variation is like this, the second is like this, and the third is like this. These exercises really help strengthen the thighs and help you fight sarcopenia. You need to understand that these exercises greatly improve your overall health. And now I want to show you a few bonus exercises. So far, we've seen the 4 main exercises, we've learned them, and we will definitely do them. But the World Health Organization tells us that an elderly person should do at least 3 training sessions per week focused on balance and stability throughout a 7-day period. So by doing this set of exercises I showed twice a week, you're doing a great service to your body, fighting sarcopenia, strengthening muscles, and reducing several risks. But now these exercises I'll show you will help improve your balance. The sense of balance is very important because older people, over time, lose their balance and that sense of stability. That's very important. When you're walking and you might slip a little, if you have a good sense of balance, you can, as they say, save yourself from a situation. But if your balance is very poor, you could fall even from a light slip. You could fall backward, onto your hip, and even break your femoral neck. This happens especially with elderly women. Why? Because the muscles are weak, and many older women have osteoporosis, which doesn't show symptoms for a long time, until the moment you break something. Then the doctor says, actually, you have osteoporosis. Your bones are very fragile. So what exercises should be done? The first and simplest exercise is like this. You stand like this. That is, lift your leg. It should remain in a free position. Under no circumstances should you press it against the other leg or against your knee. You keep your leg at this level and simply raise your arms, just like I'm showing. Your task is to hold your balance for at least 30 seconds. An excellent movement. And then we do the same thing with the other leg. Hold your balance for 30 seconds. After that, you can rest for a few minutes and repeat this exercise again. Start with 30 seconds, and then you can increase to 1 minute. And then the second exercise, my favorite. It's also very popular among athletes. It goes like this. You should stand like this, bend the supporting leg slightly, and do this movement. Look, move your leg forward, then to the side, then backward, forward to the side, and backward. At the same time, you remain supported on that leg, not fully straightened, but with the knees slightly bent. And we do this movement, here, here, and here. And we maintain our balance. If you feel like you're going to fall, immediately support yourself on the wall or the counter. Your task is to do a total of 5 repetitions of this cycle. That counts as 1 full round. So, in the end, you do 5 complete repetitions for a total of 15 movements. Do it with one leg, and then with the other. An excellent movement, which I recommend to everyone. After a few months, when you notice that your balance is good and you're able to control yourself, I recommend trying one more very interesting but more difficult exercise. I suggest doing it near the counter. It goes like this. Look, you stretch your arms forward, extend your leg backward, and naturally you look at your knee because the leg is slightly bent at the knee. Why do we use the counter? So that if you feel like you're losing balance, you can immediately hold on and stabilize yourself. If you'd like to learn more interesting and helpful exercises for different muscle groups and for painful joints, subscribe to my Telegram channel. The link will be in the description. And of course, I'd like to ask you to share this video with all your friends on your social networks, especially if you have many elderly friends, so they can also start doing physical activity, even at home. There's no need to rush to the gym to train in old age. All of these workouts can be done right at home, right in the kitchen. It's exactly here that I'm showing you my workout. I hope you enjoyed this workout. I hope you write many comments, sharing how you train. That's very important to me, because sometimes I meet my followers who are already over 70 years old. They tell me they do certain exercises that help them live an active life, walk a lot, and enjoy life. And very often, I read comments from people around 90 years old saying they're doing the full set of exercises I'm showing here. For me, that is very important and very rewarding to know that these exercises are bringing benefit to you.